All right, welcome back to another SLG Meetup. I'm Alvaro Nunez, your host, and I'm super excited about today because within everything that we've been covering in the past SLG Meetups, talking about luxury from the different angles of real estate, private jets, cars, you name it. Now we're going to be bringing somebody that brings a completely different perspective of what luxury is about. He's a certified life coach. He's a very successful business owner, featured in Forbes, and his name is Jablin. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm very excited about everything that he's going to be sharing with us today. There he is.
Yeah.
My man, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. Nice to see you, man.
Nice to see you, and great having you with us today because I'm super thrilled about everything that we're going to be covering today because listen, we've had already over 100 guests in our show, and we've always been covering different topics within the luxury space, from real estate to luxury jets and yachts and interior designer, you name it. But it's really incredible to have somebody like yourself, a certified life coach, somebody that runs a very successful business, featuring Forbes, and that not only that, but you're transforming and helping people's lives, which is the most important thing. So thank you for being here with us today.
Alvaro, the pleasure's mine, man. I'm happy to be family with you guys.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what is it that this hero project is all about?
Sure. So 15 years ago, I got clean and sober. And at the time, I was running the #1 lace company. So like Victoria's Secrets, La Perla, Hanky Panky, lingerie company in the world, manufacturing. And, it was a wonderful career and it paid the bills and it was a family business and I worked very, very hard. But, one day at a time, 1 month at a time, and 1 year at a time, my recovery was becoming very, very contagious. I was being asked to speak here, being asked to speak there, doing a lot of service work, helping a lot of people in the recovery community. And a couple of years ago, we went through a transition of the trade, the lace intimate apparel trade was changing, and it was either time to make some real alternative moves like going to Indonesia or China or time to sell. And I started helping people to the point where I started helping celebrities, athletes, entertainers, politicians. And when we decided to sell the business, I just knew the path. I knew the path I had to take. I didn't want it all about just alcoholism and addiction and mental health. I want people to literally wake up, break free from what's holding them back in life.
Right.
And I'm a Superman guy.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And so I got the certifications, I got the diplomas. But really what I do is I take people through their hero's journey to have the courage and the discipline and the fortitude to have those uncomfortable conversations, to really look at what's going on in life, to find their purpose, to find their mission. A lot of the people I work with, Alvaro, you and I discussed this, it's not money. They have all the financial security there is, but they're living a double life. They're lost. They're ashamed. They need something to help them sleep. They need something to help them calm down. They're just lost. So, I developed this program and the results have been outstanding.
No, I love it. I love it. And I think that this is really what helps to take people from here to the next level, regardless of where here means. You might come from a very successful background. You might have everything in the world in paper, but you are still starting here.
Yeah.
And you want to always take yourself to the next level. And this is where I'm really excited about having you here today, because with Super Luxury Group, we always work within that frame of luxury lifestyle, everything that entails to it. And we're used to see things that are incredible, deal with people that are phenomenal, but there's always a room of darkness. And that comes from situations that we might not understand at first, but that's why people like yourself go deep inside and really try to analyze it, break it through, and put a program in place that helps to take yourself from here to the next level.
Absolutely.
So it's
I mean,
amazing.
look, I'm sure you know this with some of your clients. You know, it's funny. You can change yourself in so many ways. You can change the physical body, and you can work really hard and grind and make millions and millions of dollars. You can get the girlfriend, you can get the boyfriend, there's so many things you can do. But when there's something internally that was not uncovered, and it's like a program, right? There's something going on in there, and you really don't tap into it. So you have everything on the outside world, but the inside, you feel like something's missing, something's wrong, and you start feeding that with things that are not healthy. That's really where I step in and get the people to wake up and say, hey, let's do this.
No, I love that. And that's why I really wanted to bring you on board to this episode today, is because we are so used to hear everything related to luxury, but in reality, luxury is beyond a nice property, a nice yacht, a nice private jet, or a nice holiday. It all comes down into what's inside you. And that's what's developed through time, through programs like the Hero Project and things that really helped that person take themselves to the higher level of happiness. Now, I wanted to ask you, with everything that you've gone through personally and also with the people that you work with, what are some of the ingredients to really be self-aware of where you stand and take yourself farther?
So the first thing I like to do with everybody is always look at the causes and conditions, right? Of why we are here now. Why are we having this conversation now? So when I'm working with a client, doesn't matter who it is, I need to know their full life story, right? So I'm pretending it's Alvaro. I need to know their birthday, where they were born, were their mom and dad together, was it a nice marriage, what was the household like, young, were they overweight or were they too skinny, did they feel popular, did they feel reclusive, were they extroverted, were they introverted? I need to know what if they played sports, what was their favorite sport, or were they not athletic at all? When was their first girlfriend? When was their first boyfriend? When was their first kiss? When was the first time they had a beer? When was the first time they tried marijuana? Did they go to college? Did they want to become an entrepreneur? Why? What were the motives when they were young? What made them want that lifestyle? I need to know exactly who they were, because what happens is we start seeing patterns, Alvaro. We start seeing the patterns develop in their life of who they are and how they got to this point with me. Then a lot of the times I'd like to take a look at the love languages. Very easy to talk about, but really do a deep dive into what that person's love language is, because I want to be able to relate to them in a way, and I want them to understand why certain things affect them in a good way and why certain things affect them in a bad way. So if there's somebody that I'm working with and their love language really is acts of service or words of praise, I know that to get through to them, they want to see me do a little extra something for them, or they want to hear a lot of good reinforcement. Right. And I'm going to build a bridge. But if I don't know that up front, and I think it's touch, or I think it's a different, like we'll be speaking a different language, and I can't get through to my client, and I want them to start seeing how that affects every relationship that they've been going through, right? Because they may be thinking like, my husband, my boyfriend, whatever it is driving me crazy. My wife is driving me, the kids are driving me crazy, but they're speaking different languages. So let's take a look at that. I want to know what they believe their real purpose in life is. What do they believe their purpose is? And I want to look at their values. You could see people's values very quickly. You could see when someone like you and me, if we stay in shape, how we eat, you could see people's values. So I want to take a deep look into what's driving them, what's their force. Then I want to take a look at spirituality. Do they believe in something bigger? Do they believe in something greater? Do they believe there's a higher purpose? I want to take an inventory. So we really do a lot of work to break through this, but eventually it starts becoming very, very fun. And we start integrating the mind, the mindset, the body, right? Doing physical work and the spiritual. I teach them their own meditation practice, not how to meditate. I actually develop a meditation practice with my clients that they love to do, that they see the results with, because the only wrong way to meditate is to not meditate.
That's right.
Right? So then we go over journaling. Why do we journal? Why do we have to turn pen to paper? Why is it that some of us, when we start journaling, we almost start feeling like somebody's going to grade us, or someone may find it. Like, so we need to just let go of that and I do a journey in journaling. I do a date with death, which is one of my favorites, which we finally look death in the eye, right? We all need to know that we're here for a limited amount of time. You know, and within the 24 hours every day, there's about 6 to 8 hours that we're checked out already for sleep, and we're going somewhere else, right? So life is very, very short, but very valuable. So we have a date with death, right? There's a scene in this movie called Fight Club. I don't know if you ever saw Brad Pitt,
of course.
right?
Yeah.
So there's a scene where Brad Pitt and Edward Norton's character take this kid out of, like, he's working out of like a 7-Eleven. You know, and they take him, and they're like, "What's your dream? What do you want to become?" And the guy wanted to become a veterinarian. They have a gun to his head, and they said, "Like, is this what you want to do? You want to work here? You want to, you want to be stuck at a 7-Eleven the rest of your life?" And they basically say, they take his driver's license, and they say, we're going to check on you in 6 months, and if you're not on your journey to become a veterinarian, we're going to kill you and your family. Right? So I don't do that, but I get people to realize that there's so much fear and nonsense blocking them. So there's a lot of
100%.
different things that we put together. We have fun. I get very close to my clients. But when the hero's journey is over, Alvaro, they're fucking ready to rock, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, I know a few that will definitely enjoy going through that process, because I'm telling you, that's the real meaning of luxury. And talking about that, I wanted to ask you, because I always bring amazing guests to the show and ask the same question on what really luxury means for them. So what is it for you?
So you said something before, and I didn't want to sound, what's the word? I didn't want to be inappropriate, but I want you to know the truth about me. I've been on the private jets and have been miserable, drinking like a fish and popping pills. I've been with the most famous names in the biggest mansions, doing coke in the bathroom, not wanting to leave the bathroom. Okay, I've been in the most exquisite places in Italy and France. I've really got to experience life in a whole new, in a really high level, and I was dying inside. Right, so I believe luxury is when we actually feel luxurious inside, we can actually see it on the outside, right?
Wow.
It's an inside job. It's an inside. There are people, let's say one day your kids, they're going to live a life of luxury. But if they don't appreciate it and they don't care for it, and they don't realize what dad did to become successful, and they didn't have to go through the struggle, they will never appreciate any of it, right? Because it was given to them. So I think luxury is an inside job, right? And then when you feel luxurious inside, so inside, I was taught, I love speaking like this, like my heart and mind, if you were to cut it open, Alvaro, it's very clean, it's very organized. If it's a house, a luxurious house, everything's in the right place, everything is aligned, it feels good inside. So that's how I see the world. And trust me, when I'm not taking care of the inside, and now you go into my heart and my mind, and shit's all over the place, and even it's the most expensive couch, but there's shit on the couch, and I have the golden bathtub, but it hasn't been cleaned. You know what I mean? I've got this big, exotic bedroom, but I don't give a shit. I don't treat it well. When my mind and my heart are like that, it's how I treat people. So, so for me, luxury is when the inside matches the outside.
No, I love that. It's a great reflection and a way to put it in a super package, because the truth is that a lot of people on paper looks like a fantastic life, but you and I know it, and you are dealing with people on a daily basis that come from that amazing life on paper, but in reality, they're miserable inside. They're not luxurious inside. So it's a beautiful journey, and it takes courage to take that first step of having that self-awareness on what needs to be improved and going through the journey. So I'm really fascinated with what you do and how you're touching people's lives. And the reason that I wanted to bring you here today is because we need to hear that once in a while. You know, we need to make a pause in our lives, especially within this luxury space, and really take that second to understand, wow, I really want to take my life farther. I'm not really luxurious inside, like you said. So I appreciate you sharing all of these things with us. And obviously, I want to make sure that whoever is watching or listening, whether now or later, to go check out Adam's page, what he's doing and how he's impacting people's lives, because I love that.
Alvaro, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. You know, when we first met, I felt like we had a kindred spirit, you
Yeah.
know, a kindred spirit, which means you've done some work on yourself, you know, because
Well,
I can only connect to people when they're really authentic. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I really can connect with people quickly when they're authentic and they've done the work on themselves. So, you know, I applaud you.
Well, thank you. And the feeling is mutual. So I wanted to take a second to ask if there is anything else that you would like to share before we wrap this up, because I know you're a busy guy. So is there anything else you would like to give us?
Yeah, sure, of course. Look, I'm accessible. That's one thing that I really want people to know. No matter how big our careers get, I like to stay humble. You know what I mean? The day I was on Fox News and Good Morning America, that same day I was working with people that couldn't afford me. You know what I mean? Because I love people to know I'm accessible. And as much as I love being with you, I love being aligned with the luxury group, I really hope that they could take that you and I care. You know, the reason that you have me on is because you care. So if people know that you and I are accessible and they know we care, it really builds a beautiful bridge to whoever's watching and listening.
Well, I love that. And I really appreciate your words and everything that you had to share with us today. So I wish you only but the best. And as you said, we are here to help each other. So those that are listening or watching, please make sure to connect with Adam. He's a phenomenal human being, and I'm sure that has lots of value and insights on how to take your life to the next level.
Well, anyone here, they can call me out. I am making a pact out loud that I am going to ask Alvaro to teach me about the metaverse and NFTs, because this whole thing is fascinating.
Come this weekend to Miami. The NFT Miami is going to be mind-blowing. Great conversations ahead. So we'll speak more about it. And thank you again for everybody watching. I see Hofit as well. So thank you, everybody, for the support, and wishing everybody a good day. Take care, my friend.
God bless, guys.
Bye.